our advice. Everyone needs to hear this. If you are planning to travel and can decide where to go first, visit all the other countries before Thailand. Europe, Turkey, Vietnam, Bali, whatever you want. Because once you visit Thailand, every other place will disappoint you. So keep Thailand for last. So you don't end up bored with every other place. But if you go to Thailand first and then try to visit another country, trust me, your heart will always pull you back to Thailand. Advice. Everyone needs to hear this. If you are planning to travel and can decide where to go first, visit all the other countries before Thailand. Europe, Turkey, Vietnam, Bali, whatever you want. Because once you visit Thailand, every other place will disappoint you. So keep Thailand for last. So you don't end up bored with every other place. But if you go to Thailand first and then try to visit another country, trust me, your heart will always pull you back to Thailand.
What the heck is going on? It's your boy Heck back in Thailand, okay? Sawadee Kap, Sawadee Ka, all right? You guys can see here from the Chang's shirt, your boy had to pull back up to Thailand, man. This has been a really fun trip. What a way to experience life. I am back in Thailand. I want to be here for Songkran. If you're wondering why I'm here, I want to be here for Songkran. This is going to be my first time celebrating Songkran. You know, seeing it on the internet, seeing it all over social media and stuff. This is supposed to be like one of the biggest water celebrations, water festivals coming up in Thailand. I'm just about almost 1 month away. You know, we still got a 60-day visa as Americans. So I thought I'm on this side of the world. Let me just pull back up to Thailand. I just came from 1 month in the Philippines. I'll probably do a separate stream to talk about my opinions on the Philippines. But yeah, 1 month. 1 month in the Philippines. I did 2 months Vietnam. I was in Thailand. Then I went to Vietnam. And then I was in all these other places. We're not going to keep talking about that shit. But hit the like button for me. Show your support. Your boy is back in the building. All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Thailand's fuel crisis. Okay, guys. We're going to be talking about Thailand's fuel crisis. Let me just go ahead and share my screen first with what I want to show you. So that way we can just get straight into it. You guys can see it. I'm not bullshitting right now. The war is impacting everybody right now. Okay, you would think that the war only has stuff to do with Israel and Iran, but man, oh man, it's getting bad over here on some islands here in Thailand. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen really quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. This is crazy. It's all at the gas station. All at the gas station. All right. This is here in Khao Lak. This is Khao Lak. So this is a different island. This isn't even Koh Phangan. All right. Let me show you guys another video that I got here of Koh Phangan having a fuel crisis as everybody's gearing up to kind of stock up on reserves. Everybody's starting to go crazy now. We're starting to see people go crazy now. So we're almost at that point. Can you guys see this okay? Put this up on the screen. Out of gas. I'm gonna play this one more time.
Wegen den Ölpreisen, ey. Die haben zu.
So far, it's hitting everybody. You know. Oops, shit. So far, this crisis is really hitting some of the countries that really operate and rely on the other side of the world's oil supply, right? We got the Middle East. The Middle East produces and provides, I think it's over 20% of the global supply for oil, you know, natural gas. And it's crazy how we see this. It's like, just because the war is not in Thailand doesn't mean Thailand's not going to be impacted by the war, you know. And I think another country that we're seeing now with this is Australia. Australia as well. Where is this that I have an article? Let me see. It's something about petrol right here. Let me just pull this up, share my screen one time for y'all. Not this. All right. Gas supply. I think they got less than like 40 days. They're supposed to have like 90 days natural gas, but they only have like about 30 something days of LNG, which is like liquid natural gas. So this is crazy. This is crazy right now because, you know, Australia is like a big place. You would think that they would be all suited, all ready for what's about to happen. But no, they're not. I think they're down. They're short. What is it? I saw some video before where it was like they're short like half of what they said they would have. Let's see this link right here real quick.
6 days worth of petrol. We should have 90, and most countries do, making them ready for supply shocks like wars. And it could mean Aussies will be paying more at the pump.
How much diesel in days do we currently have in store on Australian soil?
The answer to the question is 34 days in relation to diesel, 32 days in relation to jet fuel, and 36 days in relation to petrol.
That was on Monday, the government confirming we're not ready for a major shock to the oil market. We're pretty dependent on imported fuel to keep the country running. That's just not filling up your car, but also things like keeping ambulances running and refrigerating groceries. The International Energy Agency, which Australia is a member of, says countries need to keep 90 days worth of fuel stocks in case supplies are cut off, to be ready to collectively respond to severe supply disruptions affecting the global oil market. But those numbers from Energy Minister Chris Bowen, well, that includes fuel that is yet to make it ashore.
All right, we're not going to keep this going for too long. As you guys can see here, everybody is now in a fuel crisis. I don't think everybody's in a fuel crisis, but let's be real here. If you weren't getting gas, if you weren't getting LNG, liquid natural gas or oil from some other country like America, the Middle East is pretty much the main plug for all this, right? So this war in the Middle East, a lot of these countries are now being strapped for gas. This is looking crazy, y'all. What up, Landstone? What up, Landstone? We got Brooklyn in the house. What up? How's Brooklyn doing? Shout out to Landstone, consistent supporter of the channel. I appreciate everybody in the fucking building, guys. Hit that like button for me. Show your support. And what up, man? I got to go back to Brooklyn real soon, man. Hello, Brooklyn. How you doing? That Wheezy song, Wheezy F Baby, that was a good song. What song was that? I don't even know. I don't remember that. It was an old one. But we're going to get into it. We're just going to talk a little bit. I'm going to put you guys to sleep today, all right? We're going to give you guys a presentation today. Ugh. What is this, class? We're putting you guys to a presentation today, son. We're going to put you to sleep, y'all. Thailand's energy pivot, all right? I just put this together real quick, all right? So we're not going to spend too much time on this, all right, guys? Long story short, the global market is threatening a lot of consumers around the world. We got the imminent closure of the Strait of Hormuz with a 10% price increase across crude in about, what is it, like 5 days? In less than 5 days, there was a 10% spike in the price of crude oil. Thailand, what they plan on doing is that they plan on looking to other places. And I think that might be the best bet for them to look other places for oil, which brings me to my next thing that I wanted to talk about, how the US is also listed as a place for oil. We're not going to talk too much about that, but also what the local Thai people are trying to do to help make sure that the prices don't hit the pump too hard, right? So pretty much in Thailand's exposure in the Middle East, you got 60% of the electricity generation relying on natural gas here in Thailand. As you can see here, there's certain gas stations that are closing in certain islands due to the lack of LNG, which is liquid natural gas. We're already seeing some islands across Thailand. The gas stations are running out of gas just because of everything that's happening right now. I predict it's going to happen across all the islands if it gets worse. More importantly, everybody that lives the island life is going to see a crazy surge in prices once Thailand removes any kind of price freeze on gas. To get gas over to an island, to get it to the gas station, man, that's going to cost you a pretty penny. All right, let's keep going. Now, here we're going to talk about just securing alternative fuel sources. You know, I think the energy minister, Atapol, I'm going to butcher his last name, but the dude's name is Atapol, and his plan is to purchase crude oil from the West Africa and from the US. You know, they want to diversify where they're getting their LNG from, which is liquid natural gas. This also brings a benefit to America, right, to the US. What do they want to do? They want to come at everybody's throat that purchases gas or gets their gas from the Middle East, right? But also with what US just did in Venezuela, they're also trying to be the plug, you know, so they're trying to come after the main competitor that provides oil and gas for a lot of countries all around the world. And now they're trying to come after that. So this is just crazy. This is crazy to see because it's going to be really interesting to see how this keeps going. What up, Cornell? We got Cornell in the building. What up? We got the East Coast. We got East Coast in the building heavy today. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate everybody in the fucking building. We're talking a little bit today about Thailand's fuel crisis. All right, guys. So shifting to the US and Malaysia, a major milestone was reached in January when PTT received its first liquid natural gas cargo under a 15-year agreement with the US. You know, if anybody was believing the news about investing in some of these big oil companies, these big name gas businesses, that some of them might be operating already in Venezuela, mainly a lot of them in America, you know, you wouldn't really expect the US to really start being the plug for all these other countries, but damn, it looks like that's what they're trying to do now. It looks like that's exactly what the US is trying to do. They're trying to pivot and make sure that they can make their gas, the number one gas is being purchased all around the world. Forget America. Luckily, there's like a price freeze right now, but what's going to happen is that price is going to hike up. You know, what they're expecting is diesel to go up 4.20 baht per liter, gasohol up 1.50 baht a liter. I saw this myself at the pump. You guys know I drive a moto. I like to go around, drive a moto, explore and shit like that. You know, I paid for gas like a few days ago. Usually pay for gas on a moto is like 90 baht. I paid for gas on the moto. It was like 105, 110 baht. almost $4 to fill a tank of gas on a moto. All right. You guys let me know. Would you spend $4 on filling a tank of gas on a moto? This is interesting because if it's almost $4 to spend on gas on a moto, how much do you think it is for diesel? How much do you think it is for the bigger trucks, right? Think about some of these things, y'all. Now, I just moto whip. I just rent the moto and I go around town. But to people that are moving the trucks, the bot buses, all these other things, they're getting killed, y'all. They're getting killed. Let me pull up another thing I have. Where is this? Where is this one right here? Let me pull this one out real quick.
Fear of shortages. Will Thais have enough petrol as the war in the Middle East intensifies?
Many Thais, especially near the borders, have been queuing at petrol stations to stock up on fuel, following reports that the country's oil reserves are only enough for about 60 days. People from Laos have even crossed the border to fill their tanks. This is because the war between the US, Israel, and Iran has led to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of global oil exports are shipped.
Thailand's energy ministry has said that the country has about 6.7 billion liters of oil reserves for domestic consumption, which is only enough for 60 days.
That includes 4.6 billion liters of crude oil and finished oil products. There's also 1.7 billion liters of crude oil in tankers, which have already passed through the Strait of Hormuz on their way to Thailand, and another 1.1 billion liters of crude from other sources. 39.4% of Thailand's oil imports are from the United Arab Emirates, which pass through the Strait of Hormuz, followed by Saudi Arabia and the United States. The energy minister has said, however, that there is still time for Thailand to find alternative sources, such as from Western Africa, the Americas, and Malaysia. Liquefied natural gas, or LNG, used in electricity generation is mostly supplied to Thailand by Qatar. The shortfall will be made up by increasing LNG production from sources in the Gulf of Thailand, Malaysia, and even hydroelectric power from Laos.
While the Thai government has offered an assurance that there is enough petrol for Thai people, how can we be sure that this is really enough, especially that there are no signs that the war will end very soon? This will be interesting. Long queues, hoarding petrol, and fear of shortages. Will Thais have enough petrol as the war in the Middle East intensifies?
Many Thais, especially near the borders, have been queuing at petrol stations to stock up on fuel, following reports that the country's oil reserves are only enough for about 60 days. People from Laos have even crossed the border to fill their tanks. This is because the war between the US, Israel, and Iran has led to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of global oil exports are shipped.
Thailand's energy ministry has said that the country has about 6.7 billion liters of oil reserves for domestic consumption, which is only enough for 60 days.
That includes 4.6 billion liters of crude oil and finished oil products. There's also 1.7 billion liters of crude oil in tankers, which have already passed through the Strait of Hormuz on their way to Thailand, and another 1.1 billion liters of crude from other sources.
All right, y'all. Can you hear me okay? Gotta do a mic check, mic check. So yeah, y'all, this is really getting to the point where a lot of these countries are going to be strapped, man. And what the pressure is going to happen is the pressure is going to be put on all these other countries, but they don't have the infrastructure like America does. The US has the infrastructure, unlike maybe West Africa, might not be as developed as the US. They have the ability to provide more oil, probably at a faster pace to some of these places. And the US has really they're coming after everybody, man. Good thing I'm not a big name, I'm a nobody, y'all, but this is interesting to see how it's like, it's really happening. You know, this war is really impacting everybody. Luckily, I didn't have no flights booked. Hopefully, none of y'all had any flights booked. Okay. But here in Thailand, you're still safe, y'all. You're still safe. The land of smiles, one of these very hospitable, it's a hospitality type of country. You come over here, people are nice to you and stuff. But what's happening here? Some people have flights booked and they're getting free baht. They're getting free money. This is just the energy minister talking about calling audibles, thinking about getting gas from West Africa and the United States. Clearly, the U.S. wants that, right? The U.S. wants to cut everybody out. They want to be the main plug for the entire world so they can maintain dominance. All right. Let me go to my other thing that I want to share with y'all, because I think I have another one where it's like there we go. All right. Now, if you missed your flight, no worries. All right. The tourism ministry plans to provide 2,000 baht per day in assistance to foreign tourists stranded by airspace closures. All right. While hotels and airlines step in with discounts and support to help affected visitors return home safely. What do you guys think about this? Is 2,000 baht? Is 2,000 baht going to help you? I know what you're going to spend on that 2,000 baht. You're going to spend that 2,000 baht at Nana Plaza, aren't you? I know you. I know you. You're going to spend that 2,000 baht at Nana Plaza, and then you're going to go sleep on the beach. Ugh, gosh, Jesus Christ. 2,000 baht, that's like 66 US dollars, right? Something like that. So you guys let me know, is 2,000 baht enough for foreign tourists that are getting canceled, their flights getting canceled or delayed? This is interesting to see, man, because it's like a lot of places you wouldn't expect for them to give you a large amount of money. But I mean, $60 in comparison to what airlines give you sometimes, it's like damn near almost the same. You know, sometimes if your flight gets canceled without you knowing, they'll probably give you like one night hotel, then your flight the next day, or, you know, $100 travel credit, you know. So to see Thailand give you 2,000 baht, it's like, you'd think it's like something to laugh at because it's like 2,000 baht. What am I going to do with this? But, you know, some people do need it, you know, some people do need it on some real. Let's keep going. So what we got here is we got the government intervening now to save the pockets of the Thai people. Now, I can't believe they're actually going with a whole price freeze right now, even though they have what is it? They have over or around 2 months worth of gas, you know. They're trying to do price freezes now, which I don't think it's a good idea. I think this is a bad idea to do price freezes now, because if this war keeps going and you have to look somewhere else to go get gas, kind of getting gas from America is still going to take so long that there's still going to be delays. By the time some of these countries fall short and actually start to experience shortages, that's when you're going to really need to have price freezes. Doing a price freeze right now for gas for the people in Thailand, I think is not a good decision, because you're going to have to keep up this price freeze for maybe possibly months, right? You're going to have to do a price freeze for about the next 3 months, maybe, just maybe. You might even have to do an even longer price freeze. So this is really going to impact the economy when you think about it. If you put a price freeze on anything, you got to really consider how long you're going to have that freeze for, you know? So the fact that they're going to have liquid natural gas frozen with the price is not going to be helpful. They still got enough gas to last, I think, 2 months, right? Just over 30 something days, I think it is. They got enough gas for now, but more shipments are on the way. Now they got to call audibles and do business with other people. So good luck to everybody here in Thailand. What up, Travel POV? We got Travel POV in the building. What up, man? What up, everybody? I appreciate you all being here today. Now that we're just talking about the gas and oil, how it's being impacted from the war. This is crazy, because I paid almost $4 American to fill up my moto. You know, you wouldn't expect to pay $4 to fill up a moto. So I wonder how much the bot bus is paying, right? Let me share my screen. I got some other things I wanted to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit less about the global impact that the world has been experiencing. I'm just going to talk about more about the usual bullshit, guys. All right. Let's keep going. Let me share my screen one time really quick. So since we're talking about Thailand, we're going to continue to talk about Thailand. All right, guys, let's keep this going. I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second.
A female tourist from Hong Kong was allegedly robbed while riding a tuk-tuk in Bangkok. Two men on a motorcycle pulled alongside and tried to snatch her handbag. After a short struggle, they sped off through a nearby junction. Police are now hunting the suspects as the victim recovers from a minor injury.
Now, has anybody experienced a snatch and run in Thailand? I want somebody to let me know, like, has anybody ever experienced a snatch and run in Thailand? Because I have never seen it. I've never seen it with my own two eyes. I've never experienced it firsthand. So I'm really starting to wonder. I was like, damn, is Thailand starting to get unsafe? Is the cost of living starting to become too heavy of a burden for the people here in Thailand? Oh, shit. They shooting. They're shooting. You heard them shots. Anyways, guys, listen. This is really interesting because as the economy is doing good in Thailand, the prices and the cost of living increases. And now you have the local people that can't really afford to kind of like live the life they want to live. You know, everybody comes to Thailand to live this life. But then you come over here and you think about the locals, the life of the local people. How do they live their lives? You come over here and think a 2,000 baht isn't a lot. Somebody could use that 2,000 baht to feed their family, right? And this is my problem with travel content. And this is my problem with travel content creators. You know, I love to see videos that show and highlight countries that people travel to. And I love seeing how people make informational or educational videos about places they go, right? I spent $2,000 in a month over here, or I could live $1,000 a month over here. But Thailand, I know for sure, was one of the biggest countries that everybody blew up the spot. You know, everybody blew up the spot in Bangkok. They were like, I could get a condo here, a high-rise condo here for $500 a month. I could get a high-rise condo in the city of Bangkok for $700, $800 a month. You know, so people hear that, and then they all run to Bangkok, right? They hear of the life that you can live in Thailand, and then everybody floods the market. So now I'm thinking we're now starting to enter this time where the economy is hurting so many people in Thailand that you might start seeing more situations just like this. Now, I'm glad it wasn't a violent thing, you know, but you never know. You never know in today's world what could happen. You never know, man. Let me see. I think I have something else I want to share. It's all on my Instagram. Let me just pull up more Thailand. I'm going to pull up more Thailand debauchery, guys, okay? We're going to share more Thailand debauchery, talk a little bit about Thailand while I'm over here.
In Pattaya, as a naked foreigner has been detained linked to an attempted speedboat theft. Somebody's practicing for the game drop coming soon. Police in South Pattaya detained a foreign man after reports he ran along a road partially clothed and then fully naked, alarming residents. Witnesses said he appeared bruised and swollen, and officers took him to the hospital for assessment and treatment. Authorities did not publicly identify his name or nationality, but the incident was later linked to a reported attempt to take a speedboat, where the owner said the vessel had been properly moored before the suspect approached it. Bystanders reportedly restrained him before handing him over to the police.
Goddamn. Goddamn. What's up with all these naked people in Thailand? I don't get it. I understand that, you know, it's a nice place. You want to like take your shirt off and relax, but y'all doing too much. At this point, y'all are doing way too fucking much, all right? Keep your pants on. And don't try to rob nobody or do anything crazy with your pants off. Then you got to go to jail. You're going to end up being in jail with no pants on. All right, that's no comment, guys. No comment. Let's go on to our next one. More debauchery happening here in Thailand. All right. Now, this one is interesting because it's a woman. You wouldn't expect a woman to start doing some stuff like this, but hey, let me share my screen.
When I come in massage, you have a bit more money.
A spa owner in Pattaya has warned of tourists staging fake theft claims.
But only for you, and I have camera, my staff paper for you, like that.
A Russian woman had a full body massage, then accused staff of stealing money from her bag.
You don't do like this. If I call police for checking, you guarantee or not? I have camera, nah?
When employees offered to review CCTV and call police, she started crying and left the shop.
I have camera in my room. 450 baht. You want to me call police?
Local businesses say the scam is targeting tourist venues across the city.
You guys see it here, Crime Asia. Shout out to Crime Asia. Check them out on Instagram. Their content is interesting. You know, I had to pull this up because I was like looking at one thing. Next thing you know, I'm like looking at all these things. I'm like, holy hell. There's always something happening in Thailand. That's what kind of makes it exciting, guys. That's what makes it so much fun. This server has been the best server I have ever experienced in the world. It's probably one of the best servers. This feels like GTA, man. This really feels like GTA. You got to come over here and experience it for yourself, you know, because this shit is just wild. So we were talking about safety in Thailand, right? Now I'm gonna go back to another thing that I have to say about Thailand, because this is a really good one right here. Now this is another theft happening in Thailand, all right? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about right now. Another theft in Thailand. I wouldn't expect for it to happen, but shit like this be happening, all right? All right, here we go. Right here, we got a writer arrested for snatching a woman's bag. All right. Now he's just a delivery person. This is in Bangkok, Thailand, guys. BKK, the biggest city in Thailand. It happened here. A bag snatch. All right. Like, I'm not sure if you know anything about Thailand, but the people are usually kind. People are usually nice. They don't, you don't feel danger in this country. Even though like half these people are Muay Thai fighters and shit, you don't really feel danger as you would if you went to, you know, Colombia, you know, or if you went to some other like country where it's really dangerous. You don't feel the danger here in Thailand. But to kind of see snatch and runs and, you know, people stealing things and mischievous activity, you know, I'm really starting to look at it. I'm like, yo, this is really starting to turn into GTA. Thailand is really starting to shape and change right now. So this person here, do I have it here? I think this person here said something that, yeah, here we go. The suspect confesses to the crime, stating his income from food delivery was insufficient to support his 2 wives. You can have 2 wives in Thailand? Somebody let me know. Put it in the chat if you can have 2 wives in Thailand, because I might have to do that one. I might have to do that. I might have to have 2 wives in Thailand. But here you can see homie had 2 wives and he does deliveries for a living, and he can't afford it. He can't afford to feed his 2 wives. And you know what they say? No money, no honey. Ugh, shout out to the nasty boys. That's kind of like Thailand as well. No money, no honey. And homie right here did a snatch and run. He took a woman's iPhone, 3,000 baht. He quickly confessed doing the snatch and run. Petty crimes, man. Petty crime. Hopefully you only doing petty time, because this shit is crazy, man. You shouldn't be even doing anything like that, especially as a person today. Don't you know that the phones are tracked? Half these phones are tracked nowadays, right? Like, bro, you can't take nobody's phone nowadays, because every phone is tracked nowadays. Good luck. Good luck stealing some phones. And now that we're talking about everybody going to jail, let's talk about the next people we see going to jail. Let's go. Pull this up on the screen. Let's go. Add more debauchery to your day, all right? 4 Nigerians arrested. We got Broda Demde. We got Broda, let me tell you, Broda. 4 Nigerians arrested in major coke bust in Phuket, Bangla Road. Has anybody ever been to Bangla Road? Because I don't think I've ever seen any Nigerians pushing work on Bangla Road in Phuket. For those of you that don't know, Bangla Road in Phuket is one of the main spots everybody goes to when you go to Phuket. They go to Patong, and when they go to Patong, they go to Bangla Road. It's like their walking street. So now you got 4 Nigerians arrested in a coke bust over here. And I'm like, where are they getting this work from? Who's spreading all this work? And how did y'all make this happen? All right. Did you come all the way from Africa with that coke? I don't think so. So you had to get it from somebody. That's just what I'm thinking. Somebody in the comments says, 3 kilos in Thailand, the penalty for that is life imprisonment or death penalty. Ooh, let's get it, y'all. You think somebody's gonna go ahead and get the death penalty? Oh, hey, he's doing a little that dance over the casket, carrying the casket. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say. Didn't they just vote death penalty for more than 5 grams? God damn, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy because it's like Thailand is the new GTA server. All right, guys. For those of you that have never been, Thailand is going to be the new GTA server for 2026. Okay, guys. Songkran is coming up. You had the Lunar New Year that just passed. So there's already a lot of volume, a lot of people in this country. Songkran is next month. It's going to be crazy, y'all. Gas shortages. This is going to be crazy. Thailand will be the new GTA 6. And everybody's still waiting on GTA 6. Not me, though. I'm good on that. Let's keep going to our next thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh, right over here. Right over here. We got more Africans getting caught red-handed, y'all. Let me go ahead. Yeah, we're calling them Africans out here. That's what they are, right? Anyways. Ugandan hookers, y'all. Hookers. Shout out to the men tuition boys, but you got some Ugandan hookers on Koh Phangan making 500,000 baht a month, guys. Is this real? Is this real right now? Somebody let me know if this is real right now, man, because these chicks are making more money than you. These chicks are making more money than me, bro. 500,000 baht in a month. They are working. They are working, son. So listen, somebody in this world is working harder than you. Are they really working hard? Pause. They're not working hard. They're laying on their backs all day, making about 20,000 a month in Koh Phangan. Who would have thought that? We'd have some Ugandan hookers earning 500,000 baht a month on Koh Phangan. Hey, yo. So 2 Ugandan women have admitted to earning about 500,000 baht a month working in the sex industry here in Koh Phangan after an Israeli customer complained he was robbed while enjoying their charms. That's nice, right? I'm just going to enjoy their charms. I'm just here to enjoy the charms of Koh Phangan's fine Ugandan women, as the Israeli man said. I'm wondering, how do they even... Look, someone goes, where do I sign up myself for that job? Bro, 500,000 baht? Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Yo, 500,000, I doubt. How? How are they actually making 500,000 in baht? A job reserved for locals only. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. A job reserved for locals only. Yeah, pretty much so, right? Pretty much so. It's just funny to see because it's like, yo, there's been talks of African women coming over to Thailand. You know, there's been talks of African women in places like Bangkok, places like Pattaya, right? Where you might see them on Walking Street. You might see them at Nana Plaza. You might see them in some of these areas. And I'm like, yo, there's no way they're earning 500,000 baht, bro. I don't even earn 500,000 baht a month. That is wild work. Shit, man. My best month working remotely, I haven't even made 500,000 in baht. I don't think I've ever earned 500,000 in baht in a month ever in my life. You do the math on 500,000 baht, that's like damn near 20,000 US dollars. So who's making 20,000 US dollars a month? That really concerns me. If these African women are really coming over here making 500,000 baht a month, this is some wild fucking work, guys. Some wild work, nasty work too. Nasty boys. Shout out to the nasty boys. Y'all be getting these girls and having fun with them and shit. Ugh. Nasty motherfuckers. All right, guys, this brings me to my conclusion. I think this wraps up everything I wanted to share today on the stream. Let me just go back to one more thing that I have here. Let me go back to that one video I had. I wanted to go and bring this back. This shit just reminds me so much of how I feel right now. Give me a second, y'all.
$1 advice. Everyone needs to hear this. If you are planning to travel and can decide where to go first, visit all the other countries before Thailand. Europe, Turkey, Vietnam, Bali, whatever you want. Because once you visit Thailand, every other place will disappoint you. So keep Thailand for last. So you don't end up bored with every other place. But if you go to Thailand first and then try to visit another country, trust me, your heart will always pull you back to Thailand.
Damn, bro. She got me. She caught me red-handed, bro. You see the shirt, guys. Man, oh man, I had to come back to Thailand. I wanted to wrap up today's stream and say to you guys, I am doing a fundraiser. All right, I'm doing a fundraiser. I'm doing a subathon. I'm doing anything possible. I want to go live. Yeah, I see y'all dropping from the stream, son. I see y'all dropping. Listen up. I want to go live for Songkran. All right, I'm going to go over here. Let's go here. Songkran. There we go. Let's change the name right here. Put my name right here. Songkran Fundi. All right, guys. You see it here. You see it here. Okay, guys. Listen up. I came back to Thailand because I really enjoy it so much. I've been to about 20 different places in Thailand. I've been to Chumbon. I've been to Saratani. I've been to Krabi, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Tao, Koh Samui, Koh Larn, damn, man. I've been to Chiang Mai. I've been to Phetchabun. I've been to Pattaya. I've been to Bangkok. I've been to Rayong. I've been to so many places in Thailand. I really enjoy it. It brings me pleasure to come back to this country. I do want to go to a nice beach one of these days while I'm here and just kick it and chill. And another thing is I want to experience Songkran, you know? So here I got it written down. I'm doing a Songkran Fundi. All right, guys. We're doing either $100 Fundi or 100 subs. One of those got to happen. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the Fundi today and what my plan is for the fundraiser. What I want to do is I want to give you guys a 2-part Songkran. All right, I want to give you a 2-part Songkran. It's going to be in 2 different cities. You'll see me live stream for at least 8 hours in a day consistently on YouTube, giving you guys the Songkran vibes. All right, I wanted to do Songkran in Bangkok on the first day, and then I wanted to go to Pattaya to enjoy Songkran on the second day. Now, if I do hit my fundraiser goal, I will go to both cities. Yes, guys, I will go to both cities and I will go live on my channel and I will document Songkran. All right. I have my DJI here. I got a waterproof case for my DJI. I'm going to have my phone in my bag. I'm going to try to get a water gun. You know, I might have a shorty with me. Who knows? I might have a shorty with me here in Pattaya, joining in the water festivities. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a special guest or not. But support your boy. I'm doing a subathon or a fundraiser, whichever one comes first. We're going to take it and roll with it. Now, you're going to say, heck, you ain't going to get that fundy off. Hector, nobody's going to sub up to your channel. Listen up. I don't give a fuck. All right. I do this shit for fun. All right. So send it in, y'all. Send it in and support your boy. If I don't hit that goal, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Which ain't too bad, huh? It ain't too bad being here, right now. I got a gym, I got a pool, I got a sauna, I got a bedroom, I got a shower, all the things I need here. So if I don't get the fundraiser off, I just won't go to Bangkok. I won't go to Bangkok to capture the Songkran fun. If I do end up going to Bangkok to capture any Songkran fun, I might just be on my own time, in my own way, how I want to do it. But if I do hit my fundraiser goal, I will be expected, all right? And I would love to hit that goal so I can bring you guys the content, all right? But if I don't hit the goal, I might just take it as is. I might sleep in one day, not even go live. I might just be busting cheeks all day and forget that I'm in Songkran time, But there's a lot of places that Songkran is going to be popping. All right. And I even hear in Pattaya has like an after party of Songkran. So if you guys want to see some of these things, I highly suggest you support your boy. Send it in, y'all. Send it in. Okay. So for anybody that's interested in actually sending it in, I guess I'll drop my Cash App here. Where am I going to drop the Cash App? I don't even know how I could drop the Cash App. Put it in the comments. All right, guys, I'm going to put it here in the comment section. Maybe I'll put it right up over here. Shout out to Heck. Ugh, what the heck? You guys see it in the fucking building. Songkran fundraiser goal, guys. Either 100 subs or $100, whichever one comes first. You guys need to send it the fuck in right now, okay, guys? I'll go live in Bangkok and I'll go live in Pattaya every day of Songkran. All right. I want to give you guys the content. I'm having a lot of fun out here, so I got no problem me doing it for myself, but it will be nice to kind of have an expectation and then also an audience looking forward to seeing how Songkran is in real time. I wonder there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be doing Songkran. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be vlogging Songkran. This is going to be difficult for me to actually get off because of how many people are going to be in the same area of Bangkok, right? The place is going to be flooded. There's going to be a lot of cell service, a lot of cellular activity, all being pulled into these big cities as everybody's going to be in Bangkok with a water gun in their phone. I'm going to have both of them, and I'm going to be giving it to you guys live, okay? So support your boy. For those of you that really want to show your support, sub up to the channel. I think I'm sitting at 267 subs. Since I started the fundraiser goal, I've gained 6 new subs. All right. So sub up to the channel, y'all. Okay. Either 100 subs or $100, whichever one comes in first. Either I get the 100 subs. Y'all can even unsub, bro. Sub up. And then after Songkran, just unsub, nigga. Just help me get to that goal. Help me reach the target. You don't got to send nothing in. You don't got to send no bread. If you want to send bread, you could let me know, and I'll send you guys my. Should I just put the Cash App up over here? I'll put the Cash App up over here. Let me put the Cash App name. Cash App. Oh gosh, I feel like every other YouTuber now, you know? Every other content creator doing the same thing, asking for money. So that's what I'm doing now, y'all. That's what I'm doing now, apparently. I'm e-begging. Professional e-beggar now in the building. You guys see the Cash App down below, all right? Send it in. Send it in, y'all. You guys already know. If I don't hit the goal, I'll just chill in Pattaya. I might just be on some chill shit, do 1 day Songkran, 2 day Songkran, and maybe take it as is. But I might even go back to Bangkok. I just won't go live. You know, I might just bring my DJI, go to Bangkok with a water gun, start spraying hose. I even told my Thai shorty, I was like, yo, I'm going to be spraying hose. She was like, what are you doing for Songkran? I was like, I want 2 bad bitches with me, and I want to be spraying hose. She was like, are you serious? I was like, yes. Yes, T-Doc, I'm serious. You know? So send it in, y'all. Support your boy. You know, I want to have some fun coming up. I still got some time to get ready for Songkran. I want to go live at least 1 more time this week, and I'll try to talk a little bit more about Songkran. I'll also go live and I'll talk about my opinion on the Philippines because it might be pretty harsh. I'm glad I am out of the Philippines now, so that way I can talk and not have to worry about slandering anybody. All right? Because, yeah, your boy already got in trouble for some shit like that. I didn't get in trouble, but some complications happened. We're not going to talk too much about that. So you guys see it here, alive and in the flesh, here in Pattaya, Thailand, guys. I had to come back to Thailand. I'm continuing the Ling Ling tour from 2025 into 2026, y'all. We're wrapping up this Ling Ling tour really soon. Hang in there with me. I got 1 more big plan, which is Songkran coming up. I got a few other live streams I plan on getting off. You'll see me live later on this week. I want to be on the road. I'll share with you guys the views on the road. I'm going to hit the road and go somewhere. So I'll go live from the channel, share with you guys. And I'll also go live to share my experiences about the Philippines. All right. Let's wrap it up here. I want to give a special shout out to everybody that joined today. We had Lance Stone in the house. We got Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. What up, Cornell? We got Cornell coming from the New England area. Fuck the Patriots, man. But shout out to Cornell. Yeah, the Travel POV in the building as well. Solid supporters of the channel. I appreciate everybody that's just been coming in and out, showing your support throughout my travels. And let's wrap it up here. Songkran fundraiser goal, 100 subs or $100, whichever one comes first. I'll go live in Bangkok and Pattaya if we reach our goal. I will be going live at least 8 hours a day for every day of Songkran. All right, guys, this is going to be a major expectation. This is going to be tough for even me because I think the longest live stream I've ever done is like a 4-hour live stream in Vietnam. But yeah. This wraps it up here, y'all. I want to say a special shout out to everybody that was in the building. Thank you all for your support as I've been trying to go through and travel the world and share with you guys my own way on how I want to make content. One more time. One time for the one time, all right? One more time for the one times, okay?
Dollar advice. Everyone needs to hear this. If you are planning to travel and can decide where to go first, visit all the other countries before Thailand. Europe, Turkey, Vietnam, Bali, whatever you want. Because once you visit Thailand, every other place will disappoint you. So keep
garbage. Every other place will disappoint you guys. Every other place you travel to will disappoint you. I've been disappointed here in Thailand. I've been disappointed when I traveled to many countries in the world. This has been one of the best servers I've ever experienced, and I had to come back again, y'all. So shout out to everybody for fucking with the channel. Shout out to everybody for showing your support. I'll catch you guys on my next adventure. Peace.